So we created one procedure. Okay. Procedure will increment all the S by 1000. So procedure is created without parameters. Now, after creating this, okay, when you click execute button, procedure is what created. Okay, you'll get the message commands completed successfully. Means procedure what created. Procedure created means the code is what compiled plus stored in database. Procedure is created, compiled plus stored in database. Okay, then next, then after this, after creating the procedure, next I want to execute the procedure. So this is creation. What the next one is execution. How to execute the procedure? Execute procedure name. What is the procedure name? Price salary. Okay. So this is compilation. Code is compiled. Now it is executed. Rise salary procedure is executed. When this is executed, this update command is executed. That means each and every employee salary incremented by 1000. Okay. Clear now? Then now. So, but in this example, you are incrementing all the employee salaries. But I don't want to increment all. I want to increment specific employee salary. Then now, let's see. Then now create a procedure to increment specific employee salary by specific amount. Create a procedure to increment specific employee salary by specific amount. What the previous one is? Previous one is what? Incrementing all. But I want to increment specific. Then, so what I can do is now create or replace. Okay, create or alter procedure name as update, set salary equal to salary plus 1000. Next one, where employee number equals to. First listen this. Okay, then employee number equals to, just give some employee number. So 107, 108 or something. So then what happens is whenever you execute this procedure, 108 salary is incremented by 1000. Always it increments 108 salary. But do you increment always 108? No. And I don't know this employee number at the time of creating the procedure. I know this employee number at the time of execution. Yes or no? I don't know this employee number at the time of creation. I know this employee number at the time of execution. At the time of execution, I'll pass employee number to this procedure. Whatever employee number is passed to this procedure, that particular employee's salary should be incremented. Okay, then how to, at the time of execution, how to pass employee number to this procedure? Then declare what? Parameter. So take a parameter. I'm taking a parameter. Okay, na? Then at the rate envo. At the rate envo. At the rate envo. Next, how to declare the parameter? Parameter name, data type. What the data type is? Integer. So then, and parameters are two types, input and output. But if you don't mention anything, by default, this parameter is what? Input parameter. And input parameter always receive the value. Okay, na? Input parameter always what? Receive the values. So this parameter receive the value. What it receives? Employee number. So whatever employee number this parameter receives, that particular employee's salary should be incremented. So here not 108. then what we write at the rate enmo. So the value passed to this parameter is 110. 110 salary is incremented. The value passed to at the rate enmo is 108. 108 salary is incremented. Okay, then. But when we pass value to this parameter, at the time of execution, now, and always salary is incremented by how much? 1000. Salary is always incremented by 1000. But I don't want to increment salary always by 1000. Even I don't know this amount at the time of creation. I know this amount at the time of execution. Then what? Take take another parameter for amount. At the rate amount. Next, what the type is? Money type. So what is passed to at the rate amount? How much amount you want to increment? The value passed to at the rate amount is 500. The salary should be incremented by 500. So instead of 1000, what we write here? At the rate amount. So then that's all. This procedure will increment a specific employee's salary by specific amount. Okay. I want to create this. Then now, so create this, then create the procedure. But at the time of creating, I remove this R alter. What is this R alter is? I remove this, create the procedure, it gives error. Why? Because raise salary is already there. Yesterday we created one raise salary procedure without parameters. Yes or no? So it is already there in the database. You are trying to create a procedure with same name. That's why it is saying there is already an object named what? Raise salary in the database. So it is already there. You are trying to create another procedure with same name. So that's why it is giving error. I want to replace the previous procedure with new one. I don't want the previous procedure. What I'm doing is I'm making some changes to the previous one. Okay, na? Then what you have to say? Alter. What is the meaning create or alter means? If procedure is not there, it is created. If procedure is already there, it is altered. If not there, it is created. If already there, it is altered. Let me execute this. Commands completed what? Successfully. Procedure is what? Created. Procedure is created. Okay, next. Then after creating the procedure, next what do you want to do? Execution. Here, execution. What is important in procedures and functions? Creation, calling. How to execute this? You have to execute this one. Execute. Procedure name is what? Raise salary. Okay, then suppose execute. Procedure name is raise salary. But if you execute like this, it gives error. Procedure or function raise salary expects parameters at the rate n. Okay, na? So this procedure is created with what? This procedure is created with two parameters, but at the time of execution, okay, you have to pass value to the two parameters. So if you don't pass value to these two parameters, then it gives what? Error. So just what I'm doing is I'm passing the employee numbers. Then see the table. This is the actual table. Let's take 100. What is the salary? 880. Next one. So let's execute this 100, 1000. Execute 100, 1000. So value 100 is passed to at the rate enmo. Value 1000 is passed to at the rate amount. Now update EMP set sal equal to sal plus 1000 where employee number equals to 100. That means employee 100 salary is incremented by 1000. Understood then? So like 1000. Okay, now run this. One row affected. See the table 1880. Okay, then. Okay, then. So then this is one method of calling. Okay, what is this is called? This is called positional association. Okay, this is positional association. What is the meaning here? Positional association means the first value is passed to first parameter, second value is passed to second parameter, first to first, second to second. That's why it is called what? Positional. There is one more is there. Like you can also call like this: execute at the rate envo equals to 100 at the rate amount equals to 1000. You can also call like this. What this is? Named association. This is positional association. This is what? Named association. Okay. Sorry. Procedure name. What is the procedure name? Raise salary. Raise salary. Okay. Procedure name should be there now. Then. So here, how the parameters are mapped? How the parameters are mapped? Here the parameters are mapped through positions. Here the parameters are mapped through names. Value 100 is passed to at the rate envo. Value 1000 is passed to at the rate amount. Which is convenient, which is most widely used is named is most widely used. Why? Because convenient. Why it is convenient? Here compulsory you have to follow the order. Compulsory you have to follow the order. First you have to pass value to at the rate envo. Next you have to pass value to at the rate amount. But in name notation, you don't need to follow the order. You can pass values to parameters in any order. Like you can call like this. What is execute? Execute raise salary at the rate envo at the rate amount equal to 1000, comma at the rate envo equals to 100. This is also okay. Yes or no? Here first you are passing value to what? Amount. Next you are passing value to EN. Okay, then. So you can call, like you can pass values to parameters in any order in name notation, but in positional notation compulsory you have to follow the order. So which is convenient? Name notation is convenient than positional notation. Okay, then. Okay, now null is false. Something plus null. Salary becomes null. So then take care of amount is null. Use is null function. If null is passed, what should be the value? 0. Then use is null of amount comma 0. Okay, then. Next. Understood? So this is the two ways to execute the procedure. One is positional, another one name on. Okay, next. So for example, like suppose assume what I said, these procedures are also called from front-end application. Actually, procedures and functions are created for that purpose only. We create procedures and functions in SQL Server, and we call these functions and procedures from front-end application, .NET, Java, like that. Okay, then now, for example, there is one front-end application is like this. There's a front-end application. In this, what they input is, they input employee number, they input what? Amount. They input the employee number, they input what? Amount. Input the employee number and amount. Next one. So next, what is this is update. Okay, so here you input employee number 100. Here you input what? Amount 1000. Click this update button. When you click the update button, then what happens is I want to increment so and so employee salary by so and so amount. But we already created what? We already created one procedure. We already created a procedure. Okay. Then to increment specific employee salary by specific amount, we already created a procedure. Where this procedure is created? Database, SQL Server. Okay, now then this procedure is created in SQL Server. What this procedure will do? This procedure will go to what's it? Then so it goes to EMP table. This is the EMP table. Procedure goes to EMP table. Then what it will do? Update the salary. Okay. Now, so assume that you entered employee number, amount, click the update button. When you click the update button, so they call this procedure. Procedure is called. And when procedure is called, they pass these values to procedure. So this employee number is passed to procedure, and this amount is also passed to the procedure. These two values are passed to the procedure. In procedure, you are taken two parameters now. So this first value is passed to first parameter, second value is passed to second parameter. What procedure is doing? Procedure will go to EMP table. Procedure is going to the EMP table, and procedure will update the salary. Procedure goes to EMP table, update the salary. Salary is updated. Okay, then this is what happens when you call the procedure from front end. So when you click that update button, they call the procedure, and these two values are passed to the procedure. Procedure will go to EMP table, update the salary. After updating the salary, so this front end user wants to know the new salary. He wants to know the new salary. Okay, now where the salary is updated? EMP table. But he wants to see the new salary. But can you run the query select star from EMP? No. Front-end users, they can't directly write queries. They can't access databases directly. They can access database through only front-end application. They can't access databases directly. They can access database only through front-end application. Okay, na? Now, next, then this front-end user you want to see the updated salary. Like in bank, you go to ATM, you do the money withdrawal. That means you are executing update. Then after that, so you are getting the available balance. Okay, na? That printed on slip, that slip will be delivered to the customer. Same thing, I want to do the same thing. So salary is updated. After updating, I want to send this updated salary to the front end. So front end user can see the updated salary. But what do you have to do? Where is the updated salary? Where is the updated salary? EMP table. So get the salary from EMP table. How to get the salary from EMP table? That's all. Select command. How to get the salary from EMP table? Select. So select the salary from EMP table. After getting the salary, send the updated salary to the front end. Send the what's it? Updated salary to the front end. How to send the updated salary to the front end? Procedure want to send that value to the front end. Procedure will get the salary from table and it has to send that value to the front end. How to send the value to the front end? By using output parameter. By using output parameter. Procedure, how procedure receive the values? By using what? Input parameters. By using input parameters, receive the values coming from front end, and procedure send the values by using what? Output parameter. So input is for receiving, output is for sending. If procedure want to receive the values, then take input. Procedure want to send the values, then take output. Understood? Now, let's take one example for output. Then, now, example 3. So procedure with what? Output parameter. Procedure with output parameter. Okay. Now, so the first example is what? Without parameters. Second example is with input parameters. Next one, output parameters. Then, now let's see. Create procedure to increment specific employee salary by specific amount. Specific amount. I'm taking the same example. Okay. Then create a procedure to increment specific employee salary by specific amount. After increment, then send the what? Updated salary to calling program. Okay. Then after increment, I want to send the updated salary to the calling program. How? Let's see. Then same thing. Just will modify. Same code will modify. Now take one more parameter. What for this new parameter? Okay. What for this parameter? New salary, updated salary, new salary. What is this type is? Money type. But this parameter is what? Output. Then if it is output, compulsory you have to declare. If input not required, but output compulsory you have to declare. Then output as update like this. Once Updated, no? Just once again, see, updated salary is what? Updated. After updating the salary, then what? uh, so where the salary is updated? EMB table. Okay na? But what is my requirement? I want to send this updated salary to the calling program. To send this value to the calling program, get the value from table, assign that value to this output parameter. Whatever is assigned to output parameter, that value is automatically sent to the calling program. Then what? Select then at the rate equal to salary where that's so what this command is doing, this command is getting the salary. It is getting the salary after update or before update. After update. That means this query is getting the new salary now, old salary. New salary. And the new salary is assigned to at the rate new sal. What is at the rate new sal? Output parameter. Whatever is assigned to output parameter, that is sent to the calling program. In the calling program, you can receive the value. That's all. Okay. Then, so create procedure, but it's not created, it is altered. Already there now. Then, but when you execute this code, previous one is there, previous one is replaced. Replaced. Okay. How many raise salaries will be there? How many raise salaries will be there? Only one. Only one. Then, so create commands completed successfully. Created. Procedure is what, sir? Created. And after creating the procedure, then now I want to execute the procedure. Then what? Execute. One second. Procedure name. Raise salary at the rate ENO equals to 100 at the rate amount equals to 1000. But can we execute like this? Error. Because in procedure, out parameter is there. What is the out parameter name? New salary, which was not supplied. Procedure is created with 3 parameters. Now, it should be called with 3 parameters. It's created with 3 parameters, but you are calling with 2 parameters. Then it is giving what? Error. What is the third one? Third one is what? Output parameter. Third one is output parameter. Output parameter what? Send the value. Here you have to receive the value. Here you have to what? Receive the value. To receive the value, what you need? Variable. To receive the value, what you need? Variable. Take a variable, use that variable as a parameter. Understood or not? Then declare the variable. How to declare the variable? Declare then. So declare at the rate sal. Any name. Okay, na? Money. Then next one, comma at the rate what's that? Sal equals to at the rate what? New sal. Then declare this as output. So whatever the value is assigned to new sal, that value is assigned to at the rate sal. Now print what? At the rate sal. At the rate sal is at the rate sal is printed. Variable value is printed. Sir, okay now? Understood? Then now once again, just let me explain the flow. Then So this is the procedure you created. Okay, na? This is the procedure you created. And next you are calling the procedure like this. You are calling the procedure like this. Okay. Calling the procedure like this. Understood? Then. Okay, na? Then. So you created the procedure like this, but you are calling the procedure like this. Okay, na? Then. So here, 1 second, just see this. Okay. Then just see this. Here, when you call the procedure, at the rate NO value. Okay, na? At the rate NO. What the value assigned to at the rate NO? 100. So this 100 is passed to what? At the rate NO. This 1000 is passed to at the rate amount. This is the first step. What is the first thing? The values are passed to input parameters. What the second step? This code is executed. Procedure code is executed. Whatever you are written, this code is executed. This procedure code is executed. That means salary is incremented by amount. Salary is incremented by amount. Update EMP set sal equal to sal plus amount. Salary is incremented by amount. Next one. After incrementing the salary, then the new salary is assigned to at the rate new sal. Okay, na? You're getting the salary from table that is assigned to at the rate new sal. What is at the rate new sal? At the rate new sal is output parameter. Whatever is assigned to output parameter, that value is sent to what, sir? That sal is sent to what? Variable. So this is third step. This is third step. And printing the at the rate sal. That is fourth. Like, understood? Then. So first values are passed to input. Procedure code is executed. Whatever value is assigned to output parameter, that is sent to the calling program. In the calling program, you are receiving that value in a variable. Next, printing the value. That's all. So this is the execution. Okay, na? Then. Now let's run this program. Then must declare a not created. Okay, commands completed successfully. Then. Sorry. Left side is what class? Left side is parameter name. Right side is values. Left side is what? Parameter name. At the rate what? New sal equal to at the rate sal. Left side is parameter names. Okay, na? Here you see that. Parameter names. Left side is parameter names. Whatever parameters you declared in the procedure, that parameter names. Left side. Right side what? Value. Value. So like at the rate new sal is assigned to at the rate sal. Okay, na? Then. So let me run this. 2080. Earlier 1880 plus 1000. So it's incremented by 1000, 2880. Understood or not? Okay, now execution. Execution. You have to execute like this. Okay, now then. Understood? Then, so first thing what happens is this 100 is passed to at the rate ENO, 1000 is passed to at the rate amount. Okay, na? Understand this diagram. Okay, then. So understand this diagram. Now, the first these values are passed to these two parameters. Okay, then first step. This is the first step. What is the next step? Procedure is executed. Update command is executed. Salary is incremented by 1000. Which employee whose employee number equals to what? 100. So 100 salary is incremented by 1000. Next, this query is executed. This query is selecting the new salary. What is the new salary? 2880. That new salary is copied to this variable parameter at the rate new sal. Salary is assigned to at the rate new sal. What is at the rate new sal? At the rate new sal is output parameter. Output parameter value is passed to what? At the rate sal. Output parameter value is passed to at the rate sal. Okay, na? Now print at the rate sal. Whatever is assigned to at the rate sal, printing that value. That's all. So this is execution. Understood? Then next. Clear? No. Let's see another example. You tell me this, you create this. Now there is a table, accounts table. Accounts table. In this, account number, account type, balance. You know this table already. Savings balance is what? 10,000. 101. Savings like balance is 20,000. Okay, now this is the table. What this is? Now create a procedure for money withdrawal. Because money withdrawal is not one-time action, it's a repetitive action. Every day, lakhs of customers do money withdrawal. So they want to create a procedure for money withdrawal. Now you create a procedure for money withdrawal. Okay. Then tell me what. So then actually, sir, if you want to implement this money withdrawal from front end, then tell me like what are the steps you have to follow. This is front end application. This is SQL Server. Okay, forget about procedures. So in front end, they want to implement. This is Java application. They want to implement money withdrawal. They want to call this program from front end. Okay, this is front end, boss. This is the front end. Okay, na? Front end application. This is the front end application. So they want to implement money withdrawal from here. What are the steps you follow? First what? Okay, input. Customer is given input. What is the next one? What this program has to do? Front end program. After taking the input from the customer, what this front end, this program has to do? So for money withdrawal, first you need to verify the balance. First step, go to the database. Go to the database and what for? Verify the balance. Balance is valid or not. Balance is sufficient or not. After verifying the balance is sufficient. Then next one, update the balance. Next what, sir? Update the balance. So first step is what? Get the balance. What is the first step? First step is what? Get the balance from database. So like how to get the balance? Get the balance from database. Next one, check the balance is sufficient or not. What is the next step? Update the balance. After updating the balance, what is the next step? But your front end wants to know updated salary. Front end wants to know updated salary. Let us assume this is ATM application. So they want to print, ATM has to print that available balance on slip. Then, so where is the available balance table? So this front database. So then they have to get the balance from database table. Yes or no? Okay, na? Then so this is the front end. This is the database. They have to get the balance from database. So tell me how many times this front end application has to communicate with the database? 3 times. One is for to check the balance. Second one, update the balance. Third one, get the balance, get the new balance. How many times? 3 times. For one transaction, it has to communicate with 3 times. So in a day, 1 lakh customers do. Then how many requests will go to database? 1 lakh into 3 lakhs. 3 lakhs requests will go to the database. So number of requests going to the database what increases, performance what degrades. So instead of using directly communicating with database, then I do one thing. I create a WhatsApp procedure. I create one procedure. Okay, na? I create a procedure. I create a procedure for what? Money withdrawal. I create a procedure for money withdrawal. What this procedure will do? I create one procedure. What this procedure will do? This procedure will accept what? This procedure will accept, takes input. What that is, account number, whatever. So after taking the input from this front end, procedure goes to what? Database. Procedure goes to database. Procedure goes to database, and what? And procedure will check the balance, update the balance. After updating the balance, send the balance to the front end application. How many requests will go to the database? Only one. Okay, na? So front end, from front end, how many requests will go to the database? Only one request. Calling the procedure. Front end has to call the procedure. So once procedure is called, like procedure will do everything. Checking the balance, updating the balance, sending the balance to the front end, like that. So number of requests going to the database what? Reduced. When number of requests going to the database are reduced, performance is what? Improved. Okay, then. Now, so tell me how to create alter procedure debit. So create or alter procedure. Procedure name is debit. At the rate account number integer. Withdrawal here. Procedure for withdrawal. Why we need to enter type? If you are implementing withdraw and deposit in same procedure, then you have to input the type. But this procedure is only for withdraw. In this, no need to input the type. When we call this procedure, when customer wants to do withdraw, then only we call the procedure. So no need to input. What is amount? How much amount he wants to withdraw? After withdrawing, balance is updated or not? Yes, new balance, updated balance. This is what money type. Then output. Okay, na? Because I want to send the updated balance to the ATM. So ATM application will print the updated balance on the slip. That slip will be delivered to customer. Okay, then next one as then same thing. What is the first step? Check the balance. So I'm taking a variable. How to take a variable? Declare at the rate bal money type. I'm taking a variable. Then so then next one, I want to get the balance, customer balance. What is select what? At the rate balance equals to bal from accounts table where account number equals to at the rate account number. So whatever account number is passed to this parameter, that particular customer balance is selected. That balance is passed to at the rate bal. That balance is assigned to at the rate bal. Okay. Now you know the balance. Now check the balance is sufficient or not. How to check the balance is sufficient or not? If what? If amount greater than balance. If amount greater than balance, What is the meaning? Withdraw amount is greater than balance. Withdraw is allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. What bars? Amount greater than balance. If amount is greater than balance, withdraw is not allowed. Then raise error. I don't want to print a message. I want to raise error. It is illegal. User is performing illegal operation. Show some error to the user. What? Insufficient what? Insufficient balance 15 comma 1. Next one. Else. Else. Else means amount less than balance. Amount is less than balance. If amount is less than balance, then what's it? Salary should be incremented. Salary should be, sorry. Balance should be updated. Balance should be updated. You have to update the balance. So actually, suppose his balance is 10,000, but he's withdrawing 5,000. Then balance should be updated or not? Yes. What? Update accounts table. Set balance equals to balance minus amount, where account number equals to @ account number. Balance is updated. Okay, na? Balance is updated. Next one. Once again. Balance is updated. Then after updating the balance is updated now. After updating the balance, so the front end application is ATM. ATM application is expecting the new balance. I want to send the new balance to the ATM. Then where is the new balance? New balance is there in the table. You updated in table now. The new balance is there in the table. So get the balance from table and send this value to the front end. Then so get the balance, assign that balance to this output parameter. Get the balance from table, assign that balance to this output. Whatever is assigned to output parameter, that is sent to the calling program. Then select. What is select? What? @ bal equal to bal from accounts, where account number equals to @ account number. Next one, end. That's all. Sorry, what the output parameter name is what? New balance. So getting the balance from database, assign that balance to this output parameter. Whatever is assigned to output parameter, that is sent to the calling program. Whatever is assigned to output parameter, that is sent to the calling program. Okay, na? Then that's all. Okay. So this select statement is for what? The select statement is for what? Getting the balance, existing balance. Getting the balance, that balance is copied to variable. That getting the balance is copied to the variable. Okay. Now checking the balance. And this is for what? Sir, this is for old balance. This is for new balance. New balance is assigned to this parameter. Why you are assigning to this parameter? Because you want to send this value to the calling program. That's why you are assigning to output parameter. Here I don't want to assign this value to output parameter because I don't want to send the old balance. I want to send what? New balance. That's why here you are assigning to variable, you are assigning to parameter. Okay. Then okay. Then create the procedure. Create the procedure. Now create procedure. Procedure is procedure is created. Procedure is created. After creating the procedure, now I want to run this. Procedure is created. After creating the procedure, I want to execute the procedure. I want to execute the procedure. But before executing the procedure, first check table is there or not. What is the table? Select star from accounts table. Check table is there. Yes, 8,000, 22,000. Now execute the procedure. Declare a variable at the rate B something. B. What is the type? Money type. Next one. Execute. Procedure name. What is the procedure name? What is the procedure name? Debit. Procedure name is debit. Debit. What you have to pass? Account number. Okay, na? Account number. Next one. Amount. Amount. How much amount? 1,000. Next one. At the rate, what's it? B. Output. I'm using positional notation. If it is positional notation, you call like this. If it is name notation, what you call like this? What is, if it is name notation, you have to call like this. At the rate, account number equals to 100. At the rate, what? At the rate, amount equals to 1,000. And at the rate, what? New balance equals to balance. Output, then print what? At the rate, B. What it prints? Value 100 bars, value 100 is passed to at the rate account number. 1,000 is passed to at the rate amount. Next, procedure code is executed. What is the current balance? 8,000. 8,000 is assigned to this. What is the amount you entered? 1,000. What the balance is? 8,000. Is 1,000 is greater than 8,000? False. Then go to what? Else. And executes what? Update is executed. Then, so this 1,000 is deducted from balance. What the balance is? 8,000. 8,000 minus 1,000. Balance is updated with 7,000. And this query is getting the new balance. What the new balance is? 7,000. 7,000 is assigned to at the rate new bal. What is at the rate new bal is output parameter. Whatever is assigned to output parameter, that is copied to this variable at the rate B. Now print at the rate B. What it prints? 7,000. That's all. So this is the execution. Then so you try for this. What is that? Is create procedure for what money deposit and create procedure for create procedure for create procedure for money deposit, create procedure for money transfer. I created procedure for withdrawal, but you create procedure for deposit and transfer. Okay. But now at present, what is the balance? 7,000. Is withdrawing 10,000. Is withdrawing what? 10,000. Now at present, what is the balance? 7,000. His balance is 7,000. What is the amount? 10,000. 10,000 is greater than 7,000. Condition true. Then what happens? Raise error. Exception is raised. When exception is raised, then what happens? See that. It will show the error, no? Then you see this. Then insufficient balance. Errors are displayed in red color. Errors are displayed in what? Red color. Okay, then that's all. So this is okay. Now how, like, what is the actual purpose of creating procedures like this? Okay, then there are two. Without procedure, if you want to implement this, number of requests going to the database is what? More. So that degrades performance. That is one advantage. If you create a procedure, then how many requests? Only one request. In single request, you call the procedure. Procedure will go to the database, check the balance, update the balance, send the new balance to the calling program. So how many requests will go to the database? Only one request. That is one advantage. Another advantage is if you don't create a procedure, then so every time these commands are compile, executed, compile, executed, compile and executed. Every time the commands are what? Compile, executed. That degrades performance. So if you create a procedure, then how many time compilation? One time compilation, every time execution. Okay, then now next. What the next one is? User defined functions. User defined functions. Okay, user defined functions. What are the, like in SQL, you learn some functions, yes or no? What are the functions you learned? Left, right, len function, round function, is null, max, min, sum, rank, dense rank. Okay, so you learn some number of functions in SQL. All those functions are what? Built in, predefined. All that functions are what? Predefined functions. The functions provided by SQL Server. Then what we are going to see? We are going to see what? User defined functions. Functions created by what? User. Functions created by user. Okay, then. So when predefined functions are not meeting your requirements, you create your own functions called user defined functions. Okay, na? When we go for user defined, when predefined is not meeting your requirements. So you want to calculate what's the EMI. Okay, na? Customer takes loans, na? EMI. But like any predefined function is there to calculate EMI? No. SQL Server is not given a function to calculate the EMI. Okay, na? But I want this EMI calculation in number of programs. I want to, this is required in house loan application, car loan application, gold loan application, personal loan application, like that. Business loan, like customers takes number of loans, vehicle. Okay, na? So in all these applications, I want to calculate what's that EMI. So then you have to repeat that code in all these applications. EMI calculation code should be repeated in all these applications. And instead of repeating this code in all these applications, then create a function to calculate what EMI. Wherever you want, you can call that. The main purpose is reusability. Creating procedures and functions is what reusability. Okay, na? Then. So now, like when predefined functions not meeting our requirements, then we create our own functions. We create our own functions called user-defined functions. Okay, when predefined functions not meeting our requirement, then we create our own functions called user-defined function. Okay, then what is the definition of function? A function is also a named TSQL block. A function is also a named TSQL block. That means it is a program created with name. Like procedure is what? A program created with name. Like that function is also a program created with what? Name. Named TSQL block that accepts some input, performs some calculation, and must return a value. Okay, na? Must return a value. Procedures what? Procedures may or may not return a value, but function must return a value. That means procedures returning value is not compulsory, but functions returning value is what? Compulsory. Got it? Then. So procedures are mainly created for operations, select, insert, update, delete, but functions are created for calculations, tax calculation, interest amount calculation, EMI calculation. Okay, then. So for calculations, mainly they use functions. For insert, update, delete operations, they create what? Procedures. Okay, now. Next, functions are what? Two types. Functions are two types. One is scalar value. One is scalar value. Another one what? Table value. Okay, scalar value and table value. Then. So if you want to return one value, if you want to return one particular value from function, then go for what? Scalar value. If you want to return records, if you want to return the records from function, then go for table value. If you want to return a single value, then go for scalar value. If you want to return records, you want to return the rows. If you want to return the rows from function, then go for table value. So table valued function returns set of rows, but scalar valued functions returns only one particular value. Okay, then. So just I'll give the definition. Scalar valued functions. Okay, then scalar valued functions. So these functions returns what? Returns one value, and what is the return type must be scalar type, and the return expression must be scalar variable. So return type must be scalar type, return expression must be scalar variable. Okay, you'll understand this then. So we'll see one example in the next class tomorrow. Hmm? Oh, oh. You have to manage. Ask for recordings. Hmm? Hmm. టేబుల్ వేరియబుల్స్ ఉండవు. మీరు టెర్మినాలజీ కరెక్ట్గా ఉండాలి. ఓకేనా? టేబుల్లో ఫీల్డ్స్ ఉంటాయి. అది సీరియల్ నెంబర్, అవి ఫీల్డ్స్ అంటారు, వేరియబుల్స్ అనక. అంతే, మీరు టెర్మినాలజీ కరెక్ట్గా ఉండాలి. టెర్మినాలజీ లేకపోతే అసలు మిమ్మల్ని పైనుంచి కింద చూస్తాడు. ఓకేనా? ఫీల్డ్స్ అంటారు. సెలెక్ట్ స్టార్ ఫ్రమ్. ఎస్పీ హెల్ప్. If any batch starts, you have to manage C. Okay, na? You have to manage it. Like boss, that's what, boss. I cannot do anything. Then what I can do? You take recordings from the, like, admin. You ask for recordings. Okay, na? You ask admin for recordings. Then everything you ask admin. Like if you want to change the batch, everything you ask admin. Lakshmi, see, you should not get the doubt here. What if Sprint does? You should not get this doubt at this moment. What is Sprint does? That means you are not doing anything. Print will print the variable values. If you value stored in the variable, you want to print. Okay, value stored in the database. If you want to get the value, then select statement. Select is a database command. Print is not a database command. Value stored in the database. You want that value. Select statement. The value is copied to the variable. If you want to print, then use that print statement. So 3 topics remaining. One is functions, triggers. Next one, dynamic SQL. Dynamic SQL is okay. Leave it. You can. It's not important. Functions and triggers is important. That's all. Okay, guys. Then. Okay, then. Bye. See you tomorrow. So if anything, you ask admin for the what recordings, or if you want to change batch, then you ask admin. Okay. Then. Otherwise, you do one thing. So you attend these 2 topics in the next session, like another class. Okay. Then if you want to like attend that 7:15 ASP.NET batch, then so you attend these 2 topics in another class. Okay. Then. Sir, we cannot do the projects with only SQL Server. You need complete package. C# ASP.NET SQL Server. How can you do the project with only database bus? Okay, then you need package. You need complete ASP.NET, C#.NET, and SQL Server. Okay, na? Then. Okay, guys. Bye. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.